Keir Starmer's ambitious push for a coalition of the willing in Ukraine is unraveling fast, dismissed by military officials and allies as political theatre lacking clear objectives. What was meant to showcase the UK's leadership has instead exposed a glaring absence of strategy, raising doubts about Starmer's ability to turn rhetoric into action. Senior military sources, speaking to The Telegraph, slammed the plan as an empty gesture without defined military goals. "It's all political theatre," one senior army official said bluntly. Starmer initially spoke of boots on the ground, but quickly pivoted to jets and naval assets, options that avoid direct deployment in Ukraine. Even within diplomatic circles, enthusiasm is lacking. Steve Witkoff, US President Donald Trump's special envoy, dismissed the initiative as a posture and a pose, accusing Starmer and his European counterparts of indulging in a Churchillian fantasy without grasping the realities of war. The criticism comes as Washington reportedly works to broker a Russia-Ukraine ceasefire by April 20th, an effort that the UK's coalition push appears to complicate rather than support. British officials, however, insist momentum is growing. The Ministry of Defence claims 30 nations are involved in planning sessions at Permanent Joint Headquarters, PJHQ, in Northwood, West London. Yet inside defence circles, scepticism remains. A military source pointed to the logistical absurdity of deploying a 10,000-strong force in western Ukraine, arguing it would be unable to protect itself against Russia's 700,000 troops and Kiev's million-strong army. The lack of US and Russian backing further weakens the initiative. Neither the Russians nor the Americans support this, a military source told The Telegraph, questioning its command structure and operational viability. Despite these doubts, Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron press ahead. UK Chief of the Defence Staff, Admiral Sir Tony Radakin, dismissed criticism as nonsense, insisting that behind closed doors, serious discussions are shaping Europe's approach to Ukraine's long-term security. But the coalition faces a credibility crisis. Former UK Defence Secretary Sir Ben Wallace called the effort coalition waffle, arguing it lacks genuine resolve or a realistic endgame. As doubts mount and allies waver, Starmer clings to his vision. But the cracks are widening. Without a clear mission, solid backing, or even a coherent strategy, the so-called coalition of the willing risks becoming a coalition of the unwilling, drifting toward irrelevance before it even takes shape.